Hey guys, it's TBD, and it's the real day one of E3. It's Tuesday morning. We just finished watching the Nintendo Direct, which we'll talk about after we talk about the Sony conference and party that we attended yesterday. Of course, Shipwreck is here.
Hello.
And so is Thorban.
Hello.
Wow. People did want you to get more animated, so you're giving the people what they want.
That was like Nintendo's Prepare Yourself right there. It's two different voices saying the same thing.
Yes, and also Sean Norton is here from Sandbox Strategies.
How are you?
He's just chilling in the chair.
I'm just in the chair.
He was very interested in Super Smash Brothers, so he wanted to hang out and watch a 30-minute presentation.
Sitting in the squeaky chair.
Yeah, while you guys record.
We went to the Nintendo, not Nintendo, Sony
Yes.
conference yesterday. Yeah, nobody went to the Nintendo one. And it was a pretty unique press conference. It started off pretty much the same, where they have like a little bit of a party beforehand where you can get some drinks and some food. But that's where it sort of ended. After that, they led everybody into this church, as you probably saw on the stream.
Everybody in 20 feet.
Right. Well, before that, this is sort of weird. Like somehow we were in the position to be like right by where they were letting people into the auditorium or the church from where we were hanging out for the pre-show. We just happened to be in the right spot. So looked like we were going to get in first. So they let us all in. They said, okay, everybody, let's get going. And they led us onto these stairs, and the stairs were just in the middle of the direct sunlight. And then they had us stand there for half an hour for no apparent reason. And it was like pretty fucking hot. And a lot of pale dudes there like us who were melting. But anyway, so finally, 30 minutes later, they let us in, and there's like 50 chairs in the room.
No. It was...
Pews. There were pews. Church pews.
9 pews, and a third of them were reserved.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yes.
So, like 1% seating, basically. And so we almost actually got to those. That's how quickly we got in, but we didn't. We just had to stand.
We were right behind the pews.
And so everybody's just jammed in there after they've been standing in the sun all day, basically, and on their feet. And then, luckily they showed like an amazing looking game, Last of Us 2, but it was just do it the normal style. Everybody in a chair, show the video. I don't think the game looked amazing. It would look amazing no matter if we were sitting down. It would look probably more amazing. We'd all be comfortable instead of wondering what's going on. But I don't know. I was super impressed by Last of Us 2. I thought that was the best looking animation that I've ever seen in a game. It looks so good, I even question whether that's like something really running on a PlayStation, which I guess is a compliment.
Sure. I mean, it looked great. It looked like the next Last of Us game. They're always the best at animation, so it wouldn't surprise me if that actually is what the game ends up being like.
Elle's a lesbian now?
She
always was? I didn't play too far.
You didn't play the DLC, apparently.
No, they had lesbian DLC? Nobody told me. Yeah. I would have got that, maybe. I would have skipped the actual main game and went right to the lesbian DLC. But that got a lot of good reactions from the crowd. But that was so awkward. That whole, it was it seemed like 5 minutes of them, sweaty flirting. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think I've ever seen in any heterosexual, homosexual. I've never seen it in any preview.
I think Sony's making a statement this is one of the first, or out of 4, maybe 5. I don't know. It's probably the first big AAA game to have a lesbian as the main character.
Yeah, I would.
Fear Effect did this a
did
long time ago.
Was she doing was she making out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fear Effect broke this ground back in the PlayStation 1 game days. All right.
But good for Fear Effect.
But did they make jokes about how smelly one of the women was?
No, I mean
I was like, what is happening right now? And meanwhile, everybody in the room is sweaty watching. And it's
there was
too real.
There was a guy who took his backpack off, and he had his backpack stain was still there.
Yeah, a lot of dudes. It was really.
It was hot.
It was hot. Anyway, so they showed Last of Us, and everybody was impressed, and it was, a little too gory.
The way that people cheer for the gore is weird.
Cheer for the lesbian kisses and the gore, pretty much same level.
But I mean, it looked a lot like the direction that Tomb Raider's going.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So, I lean more towards the Tomb Raider
It looked
side of it.
It looked a lot more combat
Yeah,
heavy, which
yeah.
is good because sneaking around isn't that much fun.
There was some of that though too.
Every game now you have to hide.
You gotta hide behind rocks.
Rocks or
I'm about at my limit of hiding behind rocks in games.
Or at least in E3 presentations.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Don't hide.
Everybody, just kneeling behind, like watching stuff.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some games where you just go have action.
Yeah.
I think that's like all the Bethesda games. But yeah, it's a lot of the Bethesda stuff. But yeah.
So that was Last of Us, and then they let us out of that room into
Thank God.
yes, and like we're like all hoping, like nobody knows what's going on, and it seemed like the people running it also didn't really know, but.
While we were running, they were like, "Don't run." Well, we weren't running, but some people were running, so they were going.
I didn't run, I want to say.
So people were.
I did trip though, and almost fall on my face.
The employees were going. There are plenty of chairs. Don't worry, plenty of chairs.
Yeah, plenty of tiny chairs that were made that could hold one butt cheek of a person attending. I mean, come on, like, just like you can't get like a normal folding metal chair like that you would see at, like a normal event. Like I don't know. Anyway, but at least they had chairs. So and air conditioning, which was super key. And then they showed Ghosts of Tsushima, which is the open world samurai game, which I think looks really good. I really like the art design on that. The combat looked like a lot of fun. Coming like right after Last of Us,
Step down.
It's a step down. Like just it's a great looking game.
It's a great looking game, but it's hard to follow up Last of Us.
It's like trying to follow like a live action movie with a video game. Like
it looked like a video. It looked like a really nice video game.
Right, where Last of Us looked like a movie, basically. Yeah. So I'm excited for that, though. I didn't see any heads getting cut off, so that was cool. Like a little less violent, maybe than.
Yeah, the people weren't cheering as loudly because they weren't getting the gore that they were looking for.
You get like deep slashes, but no decaps.
Right.
I think that was I guess bummed people out. So that was that presentation. And was that it? No,
Spider-Man. Spider-Man, which we got to play right afterwards. They obviously are going for a Sinister Six route with the trailer. They showed 5 enemies, and then they hinted at the sixth that was the teaser. The combat. We can talk about playing it.
Yeah,
It's very reminiscent of the Batman games, but it's so much faster, and it's so it's a lot more fluid to like go and do the like on the wall type stuff and pull stuff away and everything.
You can press L1 and R1 together wherever there's something nearby, and that's like, okay, there's a car door, and then you take the car door and smash them, or if there's an explosive, someone throws an explosive at you, you press L1, R1 together, and then you chuck it back at them. Stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, I was watching you guys. I played a little, but I saw that shit was starting to get good at it, like good at the web slinging around the city, and the combat.
There's also an ultimate, like, fuck you. You press L2 and R2, and like it kills everybody with web slinging. He just goes... And everybody's
Did you do that?
Oh, yeah. It's this kind of like the suit move, which is a weird thing to call it, but
I think they said earlier this year every suit, because there's gonna be tons of suits to unlock.
Oh, yeah.
And then each suit is gonna have its own ability like that.
Its own move.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, I guess.
They
It's
did.
a little bit odd, but
I was like super impressed with the job they did rendering Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they obviously they have all the big landmark buildings that you'd expect that everybody can name, but they also have just like these buildings that I recognize because I've lived in various neighborhoods over the years that nobody would know. They're just, generic office buildings. But you can tell when I was watching Ship swing around, I'm like, oh, he's in Midtown on the east side. He's here. It's the best rendering of Manhattan ever in the game.
I had one complaint though while playing it. Just one tiny little thing.
Okay. You're allowed.
If you go down to the street level where there are people walking around, they don't go like Spider-Man or anything.
Right,
You can stand in front of a dude who's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I saw I noticed that when Chip was playing, there are a lot of people on the ground.
Yeah.
Like it's very populated, and there was like police activity, and Spider-Man just walking around, and people are like, But all right, maybe they can.
It's just a very, very minor.
Of
complaint,
course, of
yeah.
course. I mean, when we're looking to complain about that, it's pretty good.
I wasn't looking for interactions, with the people on the street. So
But that is part of Spider-Man, though.
no,
That's a big part.
It is, but
He's got
I don't
his
know if it's
little
a big part. It's
small
something.
part. You're the
It's-
Spider-Man.
I
Man.
Yeah,
am curious
you're
about the AI. I'm curious about not only the street level stuff, but also the enemy interactions and stuff, and how much of that is like secondary, like with so much focus on swinging around and making New York great and boss battles and stuff. I do wonder how much of the AI is just going to be like beat 'em up, do the objective, beat 'em up, find the other side quest. Because when you looked around the city, there was tons of stuff to do.
Yeah, there's icons all over.
And
the
I do
place.
wonder how much of that will hold up when there's just so much other stuff to do.
Right.
But yeah, now somebody tweeted yesterday that they played it and they were amazed that like the demo opened with them and they were like right next to their apartment in New York.
Ah.
Like they instantly recognized
Yeah.
where it was in the city and everything.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. Like that is a testament to what they've been able to build. So
Yeah. Super impressive.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Yeah,
When is that coming out?
September.
September.
Oh,
soon.
cool. Great.
Apparently, me and Shipwreck were on Disney XD.
Yes. I was in the background. I'm there. You
Yeah.
can see me. I'm very small, but I'm playing in a different spot.
And then the other things that they showed in the conference were
Resident Evil 2.
Well, okay, Resident Evil
Yeah.
2.
Thorban clapped during Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
We were in the front row for that, by the way.
Yeah.
We got a good leg room. That looked, that was pretty cool. People were very excited.
Fuck yes.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I played Resident Evil 2 several times, so I don't know
Yeah.
that I need to play it.
Oh, it's a
again.
remaster?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
that's how I recognized it right away because they were just showing the scenes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think I played 2.
Really?
You don't remember the scene where you meet the black police officer who got bit and he warns you and then they recreated that.
I don't think so. No. All right.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's,
it
It's
was
like
all
stuff like that.
It was all
oh.
It's like a brand new. It's
It
not a
looks like they
remaster.
completely
It's a
rebuilt-
real.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a redone
Rebuilt
game, but it's
Sure.
like
Okay.
if it's
But you're going through the same game.
Got
right.
it. Got
Yeah.
it.
It looks great. Like that
Yeah.
was the game that got me into Resident Evil as a kid.
Okay.
And I played
Right.
it every story back and forth. Like
I mean, Resident Evil 2 was really the one that hit. It's
Yeah.
the Street Fighter 2 of the
Yeah,
Resident
yeah,
Evil
for sure.
franchise.
yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for Control, the new Remedy game that they showed, which we'll be seeing sometime this week.
The pulsing gun was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Going
can
like
tell.
breathing.
Like they didn't reveal that it was Remedy until the
The
end
end.
screen, but like you could definitely get that vibe from
Yeah.
it. They have a very unique feel that I enjoy quite a bit. Like
Yeah. You were
it's-
excited.
Yeah. Did they show anything else at Sony? It was a pretty light
Like a
number
few
of games.
interspliced dreams
Stranding,
moments.
we gotta talk
Oh, Death
Oh,
Stranding.
I forgot
Oh,
that was a
jeez.
game. Yeah.
I made the joke that the watching The Last of Us was Death Standing. Storban likes it. See, I didn't tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Pachter liked it too. I dropped that on him at the. While we were eating gyoza at the Sony thing. What were we talking about?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, right? So you're like a mailman.
You're a mailman.
You're a mailman who has like a lot of crazy technology, including like platforms that levitate, and you can carry all this stuff. But your boots, man, they hurt your feet.
Right.
Your feet are fucked.
Yeah, I had to look away when they did the fucking toe.
I looked away a lot during
I
this
didn't
conference.
I didn't look away during The Last of Us 2, but I looked away during that.
The
fucking
toe thing. No,
one.
I look away at everything. So I guess it's like The Postman with Kevin Costner, except you're
Yes.
delivering like fetuses.
Fetuses
I
and
don't
dead
know.
bodies
That is weird. It didn't really show you what the gameplay is like, unless that's walking
I mean,
around.
yeah, it's really a concept. Like it was like the only game part that you could really feel was when the invisible, I don't know, zombie.
Oh, when he
things-
put the
when he-
baby the fetus
yeah, when
flashlight.
the fetus flashlight was on, and he was trying to sneak around without getting caught by flashing a clicking light on his back.
Well, you know the Postal Service's motto. It's through rain, sleet, snow, ghosts,
Whatever it is.
fetuses,
Time monsters.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can definitely appreciate the artistic, like in the whole thing, but in the imagination it takes. But I don't know what that game is.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced it's a game that's ever come out. I think this is just what happens when you give him a blank check and just say, go nuts and go fucking have a good time.
I think he'll put a game out. He's always put games out. It's just gonna be a while.
Might be on the next PlayStation.
2020.
2021.
Anything else? That was it for Sony, pretty much. Then I had a very nice party afterwards, which was a lot of fun because it was not
I
sunny.
gave away a leaf.
Thorbon got a leaf from a Ghost of Tsushima leaf that they had in the Asian area where they were serving the Asian food. Thorbon took one and had a contest on Twitter.
I asked the PlayStation guy, "Hey, can I give this away?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care."
And how many retweets did we get on that?
1,100 retweets.
That's wow. That's a
For
leaf.
a
It's a fake leaf
For a fake leaf.
that people probably stepped on.
Did
Oh, yeah, definitely.
did Sony show the 16th Kingdom Hearts trailer during?
Yeah.
Yes.
They showed Kingdom Hearts as well.
It was Jack Sparrow.
It's been in every one, hasn't it? I think Bethesda
Not
showed a
Nintendo.
Kingdom Hearts trailer.
Anything else that we need to?
Did we talk about Nintendo or no?
Oh, let's talk about Nintendo. So yeah, it was. I mean, it was mostly Smash. Should we talk about what they didn't? That wasn't Smash.
Come back in a few minutes, please.
Oh, sorry. Can you come back later? Okay, that's housekeeping. She wants to give her thoughts on Death Stranding.
We have a new character has arrived.
Yes. So Nintendo.
So,
I mean-
yeah, Smash Brothers. They went on way too long on Smash Brothers.
And nothing else of like real. I mean, the Pokemon thing was probably.
But they'd already.
Fire Emblem and-
Did we know about the Pokemon
We
thing?
knew about the Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
thing,
So that's nothing
that was
new.
nothing new. The Smash stuff was. I mean, it's an enhanced version of the Wii U,
Yeah.
which is what we
Expected.
Expected.
Of course.
I mean, why would you not do that
IGN's
if you were
reporting
them?
it's a brand new game,
Sure, they are.
but
It looks like
built originally for Switch. I don't know, but it looks like
they
Wii
repurposed
U ported over.
Wii U, and they've done plenty of work on it, certainly. But,
yeah.
10,000 changes. Is that?
And they showed us all
It
of
could be
those.
10,000 changes. Could be 5 changes. It could be anything.
I'm sure that's going to be very exciting for Switch fans. It was not a
Yes.
great presentation for all of us who were looking
Correct.
for an E3 presentation.
Right.
Um,
Because there was no big. I mean, you don't see didn't see Metroid. You didn't see
other
any
than Smash Brothers.
other than Smash Brothers.
No Bayonetta 3.
Yeah. Nothing. No real surprises.
No, I mean there was some of those anime type,
That's not a
Stuff.
surprise. That's expected.
right? Xenoblade 2, something that it was not clear whether that was an expansion or
What people have been telling me on Twitter is that it's like the Game of the Year edition or whatever.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
and the DLC's added, or you can probably buy the DLC when it comes out separately.
okay, that makes sense to me because that game just came out last year. But again, it's odd to not communicate what it is we're seeing
Right.
in your presentation.
All right.
Other than that, I don't.
That was it.
wasn't, Super Mario Party.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Which you can take camping like they did in that video.
Because that's what people do when they go camping. They
Put
play
your
video
Switches
games.
together in the woods.
That was kind of neat.
It was neat, but
I don't think it's cool.
that's not the actual
Tech-wise-
use.
Tech-wise, it's very impressive, but
How often are you
realistically,
gonna
like,
do that? Though?
yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
That situation is never gonna happen. Except if they film another commercial
That
for it.
reminded me of like the Zelda Force Wars GameCube. Everybody brings their Game Boy Advance, and everybody has
Right.
4 GameCube link cables.
Right.
And-
Yeah. All right. So is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
We have an appointment with Nintendo here shortly.
All right. Cool. We'll get
4
back.
hours of Smash.
We will get back to you. We will probably have another one of these for you later today, maybe. Okay. Talk to you then, guys. Thanks. Talk to you then, guys. Thanks.